This is TWiT.
GitHub is, I thought this was really exciting. And it was clearly a Microsoft move, now that they've acquired GitHub. They've decided to give unlimited, it used to be what, you had 3 repositories for free. I can't remember. There were all these limits on what you could do for free.
Yeah.
They've expanded what you can do for free, which I think is great.
They have. I know. This was really interesting. So they say, Microsoft execs say, one of the most requested features was to take their free plan for GitHub and to make it so that people who were using the free plan could have private repositories for free. That was what they had before. It was like, if you need private repositories.
Oh, you have to pay for those?
You have to pay. Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And everybody was like, wait, like, okay, so what about Bitbucket? What about GitLab?
Right.
You know, why should I stay with GitHub? So right at the start of this year, Microsoft has taken one of the most requested asks and said, we're going to make it free. So, and I've had people say to me, what if you're a commercial developer though? Can you still do this? Yes, you can. If you have 3 contributors or fewer on a project and you want to have a private repository, even if it's going to be a commercial product, it's free.
That's pretty awesome.
But Mary Jo, there must be a catch.
Everyone's
Is there
saying,
a GitHub 365 coming that we need to know about?
Exactly. Exactly. No, you know, and they do have paid programs, and with the paid programs, you get a lot more functionality, and there are a lot of people who are willing to pay for that for GitHub. They actually did somewhat simplify the paid plans as part of this announcement too. But the main thing is now if you have a small development shop or a team and you want to use the free version of GitHub to have a private repository on GitHub, it's free.
You know who this is good for, believe it or not, is you, authors. If you're collaborating on a book, GitHub is actually a great place to do that.
Leo, let me let you in on a little secret.
Uh-huh.
The Windows 10 field guide is on GitHub.
There you go.
Oh, it is? Wow.
And of course you want to keep it private, at least until you publish it.
I use command line tools to publish the book to LeanPub so they can put it out to the world.
And if you were working with Brad or somebody else on it, they could have up to 3 people. That's a pretty good complement of people.
Yeah.
So you pay for that.
Do you use the private repository thing or no?
Somebody pays for it.
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably. I don't know.
No, GitHub is a great way to do stuff like that. It's not just code.
Yeah.
It's for collaborating on documents. And you can revert changes. You can.
So I don't really mention this. I just wrote this thing about, here's all the stuff I install when I do a new Windows 10 computer. But actually, one of those things is GitHub.
Do you use as I do on Windows probably, there's a Windows version of Git that gives you kind of
it's
command line utility. You don't do the LSW version of Git, probably.
Yeah, so when you install it, you actually can choose whether you want to use Unix style or Windows. Yeah,
yes.
So I do. Yeah, it's all Windows. It's into my it's in my path. So
it's Git for Windows. Yeah, that's what I use.
But if you're in a repository, which in my case is the folder where the document files are, you can run Git commands against it, and publish to a destination, which in my case is LeanPub. And I guess I could have automated it slightly differently with some kind of a
no, but you get used to git commit message git push. You get used to that. It's very quick. It's very easy. I think it's a good way to do it. I actually use a private Git repository, not through GitHub, but through another service called Keybase for taxes, for not just for coding, but also PGP keys. Stuff I want to keep secure and private. It's really great. And Git is a great way to do it. Then every computer has it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just, lets me work on the book offline. Then I can add all the stuff that I've changed. I can commit it, and then I can push it.
And if you were working with another author, it would even be better because,
Well, I do work with 2 people on this, so I'm usually the only one in there, but we do have 2 other people.
Oh, it's like middle school science projects. You're doing all the work.
Yeah. No, they do a different work. Actually, Raphael does a lot of work on the technical side, and Martin does all the graphical stuff.
Yes, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So thank you, GitHub. Do you think I think there was such a push against them when Microsoft bought them from the open source community. I think that's gone now, though, don't you?
I hope so. You have to have not been paying attention to what Microsoft has done over the past couple of years to feel any animosity to them at this point.
There was just so much bad history, though. I think it's largely gone, but not totally gone. Like when I wrote about this GitHub thing, there were people who said, "Yeah, but still, they're going to be looking at what you put in there."
But you're acting like it's this amorphous they that is somehow this entity that has existed through time and space. Right. I always use this example because it's kind of extreme, but it's like I still don't like Germany because of the whole World War II thing. It's like, guys, those people are different. They're not the same.
Right.
It's the Microsoft of today is not the Microsoft of the Halloween papers or whatever time frame you want to go back to. The Linux is a cancer days or whatever.
Cathedral and the Bazaar.
Yeah, the Bazaar. Yeah. Those days are over. You should love that. And, because Windows 1, 2. No, but I mean, we have to, it's like the Apple was the Steve Jobs, we have to get over the notion that for Apple to win, Microsoft has to lose, right? Another outdated notion. Same thing for the Microsoft side. We have to get over the notion that for Microsoft to win, that open source has to lose.
Yeah.
And vice versa. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.